Hi guys, Trucker Andy here and welcome to Production Line. Now Production Line is brought to you by positech games. I bought this game fairly early on and I believe we're now into update patch 60 I believe, and I'm really enjoying Production Line and the way it really throws you into the depth of producing your own cars, different styles of cars, different upgrades on cars, etc, etc. So as you can see, I've got 92% of the achievements. I really have enjoyed this game, and this is why I'm doing a let's play. So for episode 1, what we're going to do is we're going to get a basic line set up, get some research, and produce our first few cars, and then next episode we'll put it into a larger, more mass production, adding more production to the one line, increasing our car output. So let's dive in. As you can see, you've got a small factory, medium factory, your tight budget and your giant factory. Now for the purpose of the let's play, I am going to jump into the small factory with the scenario on to sell 3,000 cars, sell 250 expensive cars and sell 750 mid-range cars. Now you do have a time limit of 15 days, but if you plan your time and you plan your production, this is very easy to do. So let's dive in and let's get started. So we are going to call ourselves Wildcard Motor Company. And we're going to, I think we'll go for the wheel. So like I said, with production line, micromanagement, you need to make sure you're A, saving money on your production, B, selling your cars at the right prices, and C, making sure your production line is set up in an efficient way that you're not wasting time waiting for cars to get pushed through. So our first car, I'm going to change the name from Sedan to Sedan Mark 1 as we add extras and sport parts, new window seats, cruise control. We'll create different models, maybe step up to the Mark 2, and we're going to increase the price of our first car to 25%. So like I said, what I like to do first with these games is getting some research. The first thing I like to research for this is that power production, because power is a very big cost. And now before we've even put anything down other than the research, you can see from our expenses the lighting etc is already starting to cost us a lot of money. This will increase very fast, so we need to get our own energy. So if we slip into research and go scroll to the bottom and let's go for power production. Like I say, the quicker we can produce our own power, the quicker we're going to save some money. So we'll start off, like I said, we're going to do a basic line, just enough to get us going, to get some cars rolling off the line, to start working our way towards the 3,000 car mark. I'm not going to worry too much about the expensive cars or the mid-range cars, as this will come on later as we increase our production and maybe start a second line. So what I like to do before I start is, obviously I've got my resource imported down. Now for anyone else who hasn't played before, these green windows, if you like, are where all of our products come in, and the blue ones are where our finished cars go out. Now if you like me, you will like to keep a nice smooth line for your production, so your importer will need conveyors to take your resources around your factory. Now before you start, you must start with your chassis assembly, and this is where every car will start all the way through your models. Like I said, I like to keep nice clean conveyor lines. If we press play, now you'll start to see resources come in. As you can see, we've got some drive shafts coming in, some drive axles, sorry, that's the word I was looking for. Drive axles, drive shafts, and some fuel tanks. And as you can see, our robots are now slowly making up our first chassis. So as that starts to make, you're going to then need to add in your body production, which is, how are we going to put this? We're going to give this a little bit of space so we can have some chassis lined up, ready to go. Now it's very important when placing down conveyors that you grab it from the point that you want to go to your next point, because sometimes when you place it down it ends up in the wrong direction and you halt your line. We're pre-connected here, which is how I like to plan. Again, keeping the conveyors down. The shorter the conveyor, the quicker your resources get in. As you can see, we've got our doors, our panels, our grills, all been added. So that's our chassis, our body. Now we're going to move on to paint. Now paint is quite a long process, and over the time you'll see me change how the paint is done. I normally split it so we end up having a second paint run, but for this playthrough I'm going to try and keep it nice and simple so people who haven't played the game can see how the game runs and hopefully buy the game and enjoy it. So you can see we've got a couple of chassis, we've got our body being done, and which will slowly move up to our paint. So once we've got our paint, we're going to need some engines. Again, we're going to get the engine in, we're going to get our conveyor connected. Can we do a straight line? Yep, we can do a straight line. And you'll slowly see, as you can see, we've got our primers, our different colour paints, and now we're slowly seeing exhausts, radiators and brakes, wheels with tyres. Yeah, tyres are now coming through. So they're going to all start stacking up, and our engine bay is ready to go. So once we've got our engine, we're going to have to get some accessories in, which is very important. Obviously we want our customers to be happy and comfortable, so we make sure that they get all the accessories and electricals to keep the car up to date with new trends. So as you can see, we've got our lights coming in. What else comes in? We've got horns, seats, windshields, and our first car. How's our first car doing? Right, we're finally in paint with our first car, Sedan Mark 1. We'll soon roll off the production line. So we have our accessories, now quality check and export. I'm going to place the export down first just so I can get an idea of where to place our quality check. So export will go here, our quality check will go just behind it. Now the reason why I put these fairly close is because as we start to produce and cars come off the line, we want a bit of a run so that we don't get a backlog anywhere. We can get the cars straight out, so they'll where are we? Right, our first car, our green first sedan. Once it's got its paint, it will move on to its engine bay, its accessories bay and the electronics bay. Now this is a very, very basic line. This is nothing special, nothing over the top. Got to make sure we connect our resources. So we should see our resources now for our electronics come in through at some point. Some paint. Right, they'll come through at some point, and they'll stack up here. And then hopefully our first sedan will be off the line very shortly. Now this is actually the third time I have done this video. First time we had some sound problems, second time I had recording problems with my mic, third time my dog and my daughter decided to make all the noise in the world and you couldn't hear me. But not a problem, here we are on run 3. Now it's telling us that there is a loan available from the bank, but I'm not quite worried yet. Yes, we are spending a lot of money, but we have just outlaid a full production line, which the resources are slowly coming through and the cars are on their way. So hopefully we can get this car through and out into the sales. How is our research doing? So we're at 27.12%. Now the quicker we get this done, the quicker we can get in our own power and save ourselves some money. So we've got our car set at 20,199 per vehicle, and I will change this as and when we put in cruise control, airbags, better seats. You can actually have a look at your production rates, costs, components costs, and here we go. Our first car has just hit quality and is now into export. Hopefully we can get this sold quite quickly. I say it is a very basic car. I'm just trying to, if I look at the market, we currently have 12% market share. And if we speed up time a little bit, we should get our first car off the line, out the factory, and begin the process of the company growing. There we go. Our first car is sold. And if we take a look, our production line is now starting to go crazy. We've got some four chassis built up and a body being placed on. Like I said, the body and the paint do take quite a while. We do have some times here. So times 31 minutes and 40 seconds. Our power plant is ready. Right, so you do have time. You can see how long things take, which will help you in the long run. So you can say, right, well, this takes this long, we're going to add in another one, we'll bring the line out, add in another one, the same with the paint, and then we'll bring it back in for engine electronics at the end. So now we're on to, they need some more research. So what we're going to do, we'll leave hyper output power for now, and we're going to add in, where are we? More robots. Nice and simply, the more robots you got, the quicker you're going to get your cars in and out of the factory. So we're going to add in our new facilities, which is our power, and what I like to do is actually get this so we have 100% power production, so we're not paying out for someone else to supply us with power. Now I'm actually going to get 5 or 6 of these down. We're at 100% now, but I plan to add in more production, so as you can see it goes up and down, it fluctuates. Now I need to keep this at 100% because I do want to keep that cost down. So now in our expenses, we are currently paying all time 22,000 in power. So hopefully, more robots is complete. Hopefully now we've got our power in, that cost will not increase. And we can keep that cost away. Again, it just, at the end of the day, it gives us more profit on our vehicles, on what's going out the door. So we have our robots, and we have our power. So as you can see, if we have a look up, we have specializations, which is, and manufacturer. Specialization is a secondary accessory line, and manufacturer allows us to stop purchasing in each part. And if I scroll over here, so all of these parts that we're importing here, we can actually make these parts on site, which takes out a lot of cost because we're buying raw materials rather than buying finished product, and we're not paying someone else to build those. So we will get that in at some point. So for now we're going to increase, I think we're going to go for even more robots, so we are at a very fast production rate. So as you can see guys, we have got our research team. We're now producing our own power, which has given us 100% energy produced. We have our line. We do have a backup of chassis, but as you can see, the body and the paint does take a little bit of time, and then we fly through engine, electronics, and accessories and electronics, and we are doing quite well. So let's take a look. Where are we? Yeah. Vehicle production per hour is 1, which isn't amazing, but we're getting there. And I believe our output, let's see, we're 4 minutes in at the end. Oh, I've lost myself for a little second here. Nope, I've lost market. Right, okay, so we are sales per hour 1, produced cars per hour 1, customers per hour 17. So we really need to increase this. So I think on the next video what we're going to do is, because we're producing so many chassis, we're going to bring out our conveyor, we're going to add in a secondary line, and we'll join it on at the end, and hopefully start producing double the amount of cars, so we can get, obviously we have a 15-day limit to get these completed. We really need to start rolling the cars off. Even though we've took a car off, we are on 0%. So we really need to increase our output. Right guys, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it if you can like, subscribe, share my channel, tell your friends about the channel. I will be doing more Let's Plays. I will do another Let's Play on production line in the next few days. I have some commitments with the ETS and ATS, which ATS I've been neglecting. There's only one video been done. So I really want to get something done on ATS. If anyone's got any games that you want me to play, let me know. I'll happily do a playthrough on any game. So thank you very much guys. I will see you soon. Truck Randy, see you later.